Parole. The provision, along with furlough, was introduced with a view to humanizing the prison system. Parole is a system of releasing a prisoner with suspension of the sentence. The release is conditional, usually subject to behavior, and requires periodic reporting to the authorities for a set period of time. Parole is considered a reformative process. In the United States and Britain, every sentence above 18 months is eligible for parole after completion of 1/3 of prison time. In India, parole, as well as furlough, are covered under the Prisons Act of 1894. Prisoners convicted of multiple murders or under the Anti-Terror Unlawful Activities Prevention Act are not eligible for parole. Since prisons is a state subject in the Constitution, the Prisons Act of each state government defines the rules under which parole is granted in that state. Parole is granted by the state executive. The jail authorities submit the report to state government, and the competent authority takes a final decision on grant of parole on humanitarian considerations. Parole may be denied to a prisoner even when he makes out a sufficient case if the competent authority is satisfied that releasing the convict would not be in the interest of society. Parole is often not granted to convicts sentenced to death or to those who, in the opinion of jail authorities, are likely to flee when released from prison. If a plea for parole is rejected, the convict can move the High Court challenging the order of the competent authority. Apart from regular parole, the superintendent of a jail can also grant parole up to a period of 7 days in emergencies. What is furlough? This is a concept broadly similar to parole, but with some significant differences. Furlough is given in cases of long-term imprisonment. The period of furlough granted to a prisoner is treated as remission of his sentence. Furlough is seen as a matter of right for a prisoner to be granted periodically irrespective of any reason, and merely to enable the prisoner to retain family and social ties, and to counter the ill effects of prolonged time spent in prison. Parole, by contrast, is not seen as a matter of right, and is given to a prisoner for a specific reason, such as a death in the family or a wedding of a blood relative.